In 2014, a Vermont town discovered their local janitor, Ronald Reed, died with an $8 million estate. His wealth came from a strategy he started in 1932, a method that removed the financial middleman entirely. This chart shows how our earnings have shifted over 70 years. On the left, the modest median household income from the 1950s stands in the shadow of today's towering paychecks. We earn 10 times as much now, yet modern society struggles with insolvency. The $17 trillion in household debt Americans carry today effectively erases the advantage of those higher paychecks. High income is often mistaken for wealth. However, true generational security depends on specific accumulation habits that have largely vanished from our culture. In 1955, the average American family earned about $4,400 a year. On that amount, they maintained a consistent savings rate of nearly 8%. These families operated their households as sovereign microeconomies, ensuring every dollar served a specific purpose. This approach involved three clear objectives: lowering overhead, capturing retail margins for themselves, and enforcing strict capital allocation. This mid-century system produced results that modern debt-based financial systems are no longer designed to encourage. Before the rise of credit, the envelope budget introduced physical friction to spending. Families divided cash into labeled envelopes for rent, groceries, and savings, creating non-negotiable limits on their cash flow. Christmas Club accounts functioned as a psychological lockbox. Depositors committed a few dollars every week to an account that remained frozen until December, preventing impulse spending throughout the year. These products offered little profit for banks, leading to their steady removal from the market during the 1970s. Financial institutions replaced these high-friction savings tools with credit cards, earning billions by charging 18% interest on money borrowed for immediate gratification. The modern credit industry is engineered to remove the physical sensation of spending. This lack of friction makes wealth accumulation difficult for anyone lacking extreme discipline. Owning a pipe wrench or a soldering iron provided a recurring return by eliminating lifetime service fees. A $12 tool set acted as a hedge against future mechanic and plumber bills. By sewing their own clothes or building their own furniture, families captured the 60 to 80% retail markup that normally flows to corporations. Victory Gardens demonstrated the staggering ROI of self-reliance. 5 cents of seeds could produce enough fruit to replace weeks of store-bought grocery bills. Flea markets thrived because families viewed broken equipment as a discounted opportunity. Repairing and reselling items turned common household skills into a secondary economy. By treating their own labor as a business asset, mid-century households kept vast amounts of capital within the family unit. The Laole system enforced a mandatory cooling-off period. Possession of an item was delayed until it was fully funded, which naturally choked off financial risk and impulse buying. Buying used cars allowed families to avoid the 25% instant depreciation of a new vehicle. These savings were immediately diverted into assets that increased in value over time. Ronald Reed utilized the Dividend Reinvestment Plan, or DRIP. This allowed him to buy shares directly from companies, removing the need for a broker. This chart illustrates the engine of a DRIP. Every dividend is automatically used to purchase fractional shares, increasing your ownership without incurring additional fees. This cycle accelerates over decades, turning modest $500 investments into hundreds of thousands of dollars. The working class generated millions through this combination of ruthless consistency and automated patience. These microeconomy habits funded a singular final objective: paying off a 15-year mortgage to own the home outright. The tradition of burning the mortgage papers marked the beginning of true financial freedom. Banks later normalized the 30-year mortgage to extract decades of additional interest, effectively turning homeowners into permanent debt subscribers. A household with a paid-off home requires far less income to survive, providing immunity to most economic storms. These simple wealth-building habits represented a collective cultural refusal to hand hard-earned money over to modern corporations. You can implement these same principles today. Start by introducing 1 point of financial friction into your life this week. Shifting from a passive consumer to an active producer remains the most guaranteed method for building a lasting legacy.